Shortly after Isaiah's prophecy, the Assyrians launched a devastating campaign in 722 BC against the northern kingdom of Israel. The brutal tactics of the Assyrians, renowned for their cruelty, shocked the people of Judah to the south. Their atrocities included unspeakable acts of violence, such as seizing enemies' infants by the legs and smashing their skulls against the rocks. Nahum, a prophet from the southern kingdom of Judah, delivered a stern warning to the Assyrians that their sins would not go unpunished by God. Decades later, in 612 BC, Babylon dealt the final blow to Assyria, reducing the once mighty city of Nineveh to a desolate wasteland. Nahum's prophecy was fulfilled as Nineveh, once teeming with life, became a haunt for wild sheep and wild animals. Similar to Jonah, who preached the repentance to Nineveh a century and a half earlier, Nahum was tasked with delivering a message of impending doom to Nineveh. His prophecy signaled the impending fall of the Assyrian Empire, illustrating that once God's judgment is set in motion, it cannot be swayed. Despite the king of Nineveh's fervent prayers and fasting, God's wrath was unleashed upon Assyria, eradicating its people and culture from the annals of history. The final decree from God to the Assyrians was unequivocal. "There is no healing for your wound. Your injury is final." Unquote. Now, this divine retribution brought relief to Israel, including Nahum himself, who had endured life under the Assyrian oppression. Nahum conveyed to the Ninevite king that the Lord would act decisively. Israel rejoiced at the news of the impending downfall of a culture steeped in barbarism. In the latter part of Nahum's prophecy, the reasons for God's judgment are highlighted. The shameless inhumanity of the Assyrians. Despite their ignorance of God's law, God held them accountable for their crimes against humanity. Now, the Assyrians, though unaware of God's laws, possess an innate understanding that their actions were abhorrent and morally reprehensible. God judged them based on the dictates of their conscience, which inherently condemned their cruel acts of violence. Now today, Nineveh lies in ruins, its once thriving civilization replaced by desolation inhabited by owls and hedgehogs and wild beasts. Now, lost in the sands of time for centuries, Nineveh was discovered in 1820 by an Englishman called Layard, unveiling its ancient glory in the western bank of the Tigris River. Now, this historical rediscovery serves as a poignant reminder of the impermanence of human empires. God controls everything. He raises empires, and He also reduces them to rubble, and His patience has its limits.